Hello everyone, welcome back to Bodybuilding Nation. Today we've got some exciting updates to cover, including impressive physique reveals from Nick Walker and Michael Krizo, plus some concerning news about Mike Sommerfeld. Let's dive right in. Nick Walker, 3 weeks out and looking phenomenal. We're starting with the latest physique update from Nick Walker, who's just 3 weeks out from the Pittsburgh Pro. Nick recently shared that he's weighing 273 pounds first thing in the morning, and what we're seeing is nothing short of extraordinary. This conditioning is absolutely incredible for being 3 weeks out. I don't believe Nick has ever been this shredded at this stage of prep. When he was working with Matt Jensen, he typically appeared to be behind schedule, then would implement an aggressive peak week with significant dehydration to achieve that lean, dry look on stage. But looking at him now, there's minimal work left to be done in these final weeks. He doesn't need to lose much more body fat. He can likely focus on maintaining this condition while possibly working on fullness. He's essentially stage-ready already. It's remarkable when you consider that at 5 weeks out, he posted an update showing impressive conditioning at 280 pounds. I was curious how much weight he'd need to drop to achieve optimal condition, but now we see he's only down 7 pounds and already looking phenomenal. At 273 pounds on his frame, which is around 5 feet 6 inches, that's an insane amount of muscle mass with exceptional conditioning. This is a stark contrast to his preparation last year for the New York Pro. Remember that guest posing at Pittsburgh when he was just 1 week out? He appeared quite soft then. His current condition is significantly better than what we saw at that point, and we still have 3 full weeks to go. What's particularly impressive is that he's maintaining so much muscle while achieving this condition. He isn't sacrificing tissue to get lean. I believe we're going to see the absolute best version of Nick Walker that we've ever witnessed. I'm also noticing improvements in his midsection. It looks tighter and more controlled. He might be a bit flat at this point in his prep, but at 273 pounds, he's simply massive with great conditioning. His legs appear slightly improved, and as mentioned, that midsection definitely looks better. Personally, I'm incredibly excited to see Nick on the Pittsburgh stage. I can't remember a show where I've been more eager to see him compete. While Derek Lunsford is certainly the favorite, having won the Mr. Olympia 2 years ago and recently taking the Arnold Classic, Nick is bringing something special this year. It's going to be an incredibly tight battle for the top spot. There's always the possibility that Derek might be fatigued from the Arnold Classic and unable to peak optimally again, while Nick could come in at 110%. With Nick's freakish mass, conditioning, and presentation, which is always on point as long as he controls his midsection, there's a real possibility he could take the win at Pittsburgh. That back double bicep pose is just frightening. Those arms, that back detail, and the hamstring and glute development are all exceptional. It really does appear that Nick is bringing his absolute best package to this show. Michael Krizo, peeled to the bone. Next up, we have a stunning physique update from Michael Krizo, also 3 weeks out from the Pittsburgh Pro, and looking absolutely incredible. The conditioning here is mind-blowing. His skin appears paper-thin, revealing the quality of the muscle beneath. You can see it in his shoulders, chest, arms, and throughout his physique. This is partly because Krizo doesn't use site enhancement oils, but it's also genetic. His skin is naturally thin, allowing those deep muscle fibers to show through, similar to Wesley Visser's, but in the open division. When muscle gets extremely large, it's often difficult to see that deep separation, but Krizo manages to display both size and definition. That's what makes his physique so impressive: the fullness, roundness, completeness, and those phenomenal arms that are among the best in the sport. In this most muscular pose, Krizo looks absolutely freakish. Am I saying he's fighting for the win or can challenge the top guys? Not necessarily, but it will be fascinating to finally see him compared to Nick Walker, as both are known for having the best arms in bodybuilding. Some fans prefer Nick's arms, others prefer Krizo's. Personally, I believe Krizo might have the edge in terms of overall arm development. While Nick may have larger biceps, Krizo's shape and tricep development are exceptional. As a complete bodybuilder, I still think Nick has the advantage, but we need to see this version of Krizo on stage before making final judgments. I don't believe we've seen him in this combination of conditioning and fullness before, which is likely due to his work with top coach George Farah. As far as I know, Krizo is currently Farah's main focus in the open division, allowing for concentrated attention on his preparation. Another significant improvement is that Krizo is now working with opposing coach, Lucas Osladil, an experienced competitor who knows what it takes to succeed on the biggest stages. This is crucial because presentation has never been Krizo's strong point despite his typically good conditioning and phenomenal size. The Pittsburgh Pro lineup is going to be absolutely stacked. Derek, Nick, Martin, Vito, Krizo, William Bonac. It's essentially a mini Olympia at this point. Where do I see Krizo placing? In a best-case scenario, I think there's a possibility of him beating both Vito and Bonac. Breaking into the top 3 past Derek, Nick and Martin seems unlikely unless one of them is off. With everyone bringing their best, Krizo is probably looking at 4th to 6th place, with 4th being the optimistic outcome. What we're seeing in these updates is extremely promising. Outstanding roundness, size and conditioning. He's definitely bringing a much improved package to Pittsburgh. Mike Sommerfeld. Health concerns. Unfortunately, our final update brings concerning news about Mike Sommerfeld. Based on his recent statements, which were originally in German but have been translated, Mike has been dealing with health issues that prevented him from attending FIBO. He's undergone numerous medical tests to identify what's wrong, but so far doctors haven't been able to provide a diagnosis. He describes it as a mystery and has tried various treatments without success. He's still feeling ill, and this is obviously concerning. As many fans know, Mike already battles a serious autoimmune condition, often referred to as vampire disease, a much more severe form than what Chris Bumstead deals with. This rare condition prevents him from being exposed to direct sunlight and restricts his diet, including foods like garlic. Despite these challenges, he's always found ways to prepare for competitions without making excuses, achieving impressive placements at both the Olympia and Arnold Classic. However, this new health issue appears to be different and potentially more debilitating. While there's still considerable time before the Mr. Olympia, it raises questions about how this might impact his preparation. If he can't have a productive off-season or needs to delay the start of his contest prep, will he be able to bring his 100% to the stage? It's difficult to gauge the severity from his description, but it sounds similar to flu-like symptoms that are persistent and undiagnosed. For someone already managing a rare disease that affects his kidneys and liver, hence the compression stockings he wears, this additional health challenge is particularly concerning. This is truly unfortunate timing for Mike, who is undoubtedly one of the best classic physique competitors in the world, potentially the very best. He placed a close second to Chris Bumstead at last year's Olympia and recently won the Arnold Classic quite convincingly. With Bumstead's retirement from Classic Physique, Mike was positioned as the favorite to win the Olympia title this year, with perhaps only Terence Ruffin standing in his way, but this health setback creates a significant obstacle. We'll have to wait and see how this situation develops, but it certainly doesn't appear that Mike will have a smooth journey to the Olympia stage this year. That wraps up today's updates on Bodybuilding Nation. What do you think about Nick Walker's incredible condition? Can he challenge Derek Lunsford? How do you feel about Krizo's improvements? And will Mike Sommerfeld recover in time to be at his best for the Olympia? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and for more bodybuilding content like this, subscribe to Bodybuilding Nation. Thanks for watching.